Hello and welcome to Jim Carlos UK and my first YouTube video. Really excited to be starting this journey. Been planning it for a little while now, but it's taken a bit of time to get everything prepared. So I'm ready, hope you lot are ready. Hoping to bring you lots of different content over the months and hopefully the years, all being well. So as everyone says on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, hit the notification bells to allow you to see when my videos are coming, and let's do this. So the first thing that I really wanted to talk about and discuss with you guys today is obviously your macronutrients, macros. How much do you eat? You know, it's a big thing in the fitness industry. You know, whether you're bulking, cutting, trying to stay, you know, on par and at a maintenance level. A lot of things out there, you know, regarding how it's done and how much protein do I have, how much carbohydrates do I have, how much fat do I have. So I thought I'd start my first video by showing you guys the method that I use and has worked for me. And it's a very simple way to calculate exactly what you should be having in each area. So let's make a start on it with the basics. How do you actually calculate your calories? So if we look at the screen coming up here, you will see you need to take your body weight in pounds preferably, and then it basically uses a formula of 13, 15 and 17. So 13 being if you want to lose weight, 15 if you want to maintain weight, and 17 if you're looking to gain weight. So basically what you generally do to start out with is if you take your actual pounds body weight wise, and then you would literally multiply your body weight by, you know, 13, 15, 17, depending on what your preference is, and that will give you how many calories a day you should be aiming for, which is the start of the process. So to actually figure out what macronutrients you need, look at this screen here, and you will see basically you need to split your carbs, your proteins and your fats into percentages. Now this has to obviously add up to 100% over the day. So, and generally what you tend to aim for is on fat consumption, you would aim for 20 to 35% of the figure. Your proteins 10 to 35%, and your carbohydrates should be looking at 45 to 65 generally. There's no, you know, better way to actually do it. It's basically a case of starting at a certain level and then seeing how your results progress, and obviously you can change them around over time. So for me at the moment, I'm sort of on a sort of bulking phase, so I'm currently looking at 50% of it being carbs, 30% of it is being proteins, and the remaining 20 being fat. You know, so depending on what you're sort of trying to achieve, what level you're at, you just jiggle it around to start with, and obviously you can make changes as and when, depending on the results. Anyway, so let's get on first to see how do I calculate, firstly, how much fat I'm going to have in my diet. If we look at this screen here, you'll basically start with a sort of simple calculation. So you'd use your figure that you've chosen for your fat level. In the case of the screen here, you're looking at 20% of it being fat. So literally you would use the calculation of 0.2 for the fat content, and you would then times that by your actual calories that you calculated to start with, and it will then tell you what your calories will be from fat. As it says, 1 gram of fat is literally 9 calories. So what you would then do is you would then divide your calories from fat by 9. That will then give you your grams of fat that you're going to be using in your diet. Looking at this protein, we're going as a description says here with 30%. You would obviously literally, again, same calculation, 0.3 for 30%. You would then multiply that by your calories as you calculated originally. That will then give you your calories from your proteins. 1 gram of protein equals 4 calories. So then literally you would then do the same calculation again, your calories, in this case 918, and you would divide that by 4, and that will then give you the grams of protein that you'll be aiming for in a day. Then moving on to the carbohydrates, 50% as it says in using this one here. So literally again, you'd use the 0.5, multiply that by your daily your calories, and that will give you what you should be hitting in carbohydrates. 1 gram of carbohydrates equals 4 calories. So you literally use again the same calculation method, and that would be your calories from carbohydrates divided by 4. That will then give you your grams of carbohydrates per day. So literally it's as simple as that, really. You know, if you stick with this sort of calculation and method of doing it, you will get a really good idea of exactly what you should be hitting daily. Because I know it's a big thing and people get quite confused about it. I personally use this. I used it when I was on a cut last year, and it worked a treat. Sort of adjusted it every now and again. Basically, a rule that I've always followed is if you're cutting, particularly if you're cutting, every 5 pounds you lose, then reweigh yourself, recalculate yourself, and go through the same process again, and that will help you to just keep in that slight deficit. So that's a very good tip. So I hope that was some good information for you there. So one of the things everybody likes to see on YouTube is, what do I currently have in my fridge, my freezer? What's my food situation looking like? So as you'll see, basically this is my sort of current stuff that I've prepped for this week. As you can see, there's lots of rice and some pasta in there. There's some chicken and some turkey that I've pre-prepared. There's vegetables, and also there's some salmon fillets I need to eat up this week. Lots of steak as well. Some potatoes in there, cottage cheese and Greek style yogurt, which I particularly like to have in the evening before I go to bed, because it's slow digesting. So there's loads of fruit, sweet potatoes, and some avocados in there for fats. Milk, a big staple. Curly whirlies. Everyone's got to have a bit of chocolate in their diet, haven't they? Otherwise, what's the point? You can't restrict yourself that much. Obviously, eggs and bananas are a big staple in, well, not only mine, but generally in a bodybuilding diet. Up to the supplement cupboard, as you will see, I have quite a range of stuff from pre-workouts through to obviously creatine, some protein, and my protein whey isolate stuff, which is really good, I have to say. It's exactly the same as fruit juice, and particularly good in the morning upon waking up. Gets in your system nice and quickly. So it is very good stuff. Check out my protein. They always got a lot of offers on, and I pretty much wait until there's a decent one. Recently it's been like 45-50% off, and then just stock up. Also, sort of supplementation I take at the moment. I have a cod liver oil and multivitamin tablet, which I have one a day of. Also have some vitamin D, which particularly with our weather at the moment is very much required, and a vitamin B12 tablet just to keep me awake basically during the day, because I've had some issues sleeping from time to time, so this is definitely a much needed boost. And we've got zinc and magnesium, which I have before bed, which is, I must admit, has actually made quite a bit of a difference to my sleep patterns. Some people say it works, some people say it doesn't, but I'd personally recommend it, and it does make a difference to me. Oh, and peanut butter. The stuff is gold. I love it. I literally have it by the spoonful. And it's very, very good to add the essential fats to your diet. And it's an easy way of doing it, particularly if you're finding it difficult in getting all your calories in. So it's lunchtime. Thought I would, as I'm already filming my YouTube stuff, I thought I would just bring you a video on what exactly I'm planning to have today. Generally I mix my food up throughout the day. I usually have like a breakfast, a main lunch and a dinner. Snacks, usually a snack in between, and then before I go to bed I always have something very slow digesting, as I mentioned earlier, sort of either some yogurt or some cottage cheese with some rice cakes as well. Actually, sometimes you tend to have rice cakes with them and some peanut butter. So as you'll see from here, I'm just having a steak patty today. As you can see from there, which is from Muscle Food. I get a lot of my meats from there, and as you can see in my freezer section, a bit stacked up on chicken breasts, frozen chicken breasts in there, ready for eating. Lots of steak, red meat, pizza. That's pizza for mine. That's my little boy. Yeah, so I keep a lot of stuff prepared, ready for cooking up as and when it's required, basically. So, so I'm straightening up my my camera a bit. Yeah. So what I'll tend to do today, I'll have got some brown rice as well in there, which is about 180 grams of brown rice, and I will also have some broccoli as well, which I already cooked, but I should just preheat it separately. I like to add. So I've already got that prepared, and there it is already. So as you can see, I've got my rice, broccoli, steak, and also a bit of Nando's spicy sauce on there. Gotta love a bit of Nando's. It gives it a bit of extra flavour as well, particularly on the rice, as it gets a little bit plain and boring, and there's nothing worse than boring food. So I will bring you guys a full day of what I usually eat in one of my next couple of videos, just so you can get an idea of what I consume in a 24-hour period. So I will have that coming up to you very, very shortly. So, hope you guys have enjoyed my first video and you found it useful, interesting. Planning to bring lots more content of different varieties, but please comment below if you have any suggestions or things you'd like to see, and I'll do my best to give you exactly what you want from this channel. As I said at the start, it would mean a great deal to me if you could like this video, subscribe. There's no point saying if you're new to this channel, because you're all new, because it's a new channel. Notification bell, and you'll get alerted of my next video. And one more thing I'd just like to say is I've recently become part of the Fab Activewear team. Brilliant clothing range for all your gym clothing for men and women of all different shapes and sizes. Great quality gear. Check them out in the link below, and if you use my code JimCarlosUK10, you get 10% off your order. So definitely worth a go. Everyone likes to save a bit of money. So I'll leave you now with a couple of short videos from my leg session from earlier this morning, and more coming soon. See you guys later.